Becoming a leader isn't easy. Many young professionals find themselves standing right at the edge of some serious gaps. And these gaps stop them from stepping into their full leadership potential. And honestly, I'm still working on closing some of those gaps myself. Growth never stops. In today's video, we will dive into 4 major leadership gaps, and more importantly, how you can bridge them and move forward with confidence. Stick around until the end. I'll share one question every future leader must ask themselves every single day. Welcome back to Lead Now, the place where we unlock leadership potential and help you cross the gaps that stand between you and the leader you're meant to be. I'm Dominik Schlosarczyk, passionate about leadership, growth, and sharing real-world experience. Leadership is built across 3 dimensions: leading yourself, leading others, and leading a project or a business. Every gap we'll talk about today falls into one of these dimensions. And the bonus question at the end, it cuts across all the 3. Let's start with the foundation, leading yourself. Every leadership journey begins with mastering your own inner world. Self-awareness is key, knowing your strengths, weaknesses, habits, fears, and emotions. And the first big obstacle you need to overcome? Fear. Because when fear is leading you, you don't lead yourself. Fear holds young leaders back in so many ways. For example, sitting silently in meetings, too afraid to ask questions, or withholding your own opinion in workshops because you're worried about being wrong, and struggling alone instead of asking for help when it's needed. Fear doesn't just make you feel stuck, it makes others perceive you as disengaged, hesitant, or lacking leadership drive. The antidote? Mindfulness. When you shake a snow globe, the flakes spin wildly, filling the whole globe with chaos. You can't see what's inside. Everything is blurry and confused. That's exactly what happens to your mind when it's crowded with thoughts, fears, and worries. Practicing mindfulness is like putting the snow globe down, and little by little the flakes settle. And as they do, the scene inside becomes clear. You can finally see what was there all along. Mindfulness works the same way for you. It gives you the space to pause, to notice the fear rising when you want to speak up. You start to feel how fear grips your throat, how it locks your body, how it holds you back from connecting with others. But here's the powerful part. By noticing it, you take away its power. You show your brain that fear isn't rewarding. It's uncomfortable. It's not helping you to succeed. And the more often you practice this, the weaker your old fear response becomes. And over time, it gets easier to lead yourself, to open your mouth, to share your ideas, to step forward, instead of being stuck on autopilot, trapped by fear. Let's go to the second leadership dimension and the related gap aspiring leaders have. The second gap is the lack of understanding of effective communication. Young professionals often underestimate communication skills and don't even know how to effectively communicate. It's often defined as a requirement in open job advertisements, effective communication. But what does it even mean? Effective communication takes place when you provide clarity and your message finally leads to the intended effect. How do you achieve clarity? Imagine it is Monday and you have a client presentation on Thursday already you are responsible for. To prepare for the meeting, you send out a mail to your colleagues. Subject: client presentation on Thursday. We need to get the client presentation ready for Thursday. Can someone check the slides, please? We also should make it look better. Thanks. Will this email achieve the intended effect? Let's break it down. First, your colleagues might not be aware of the topic at all. Which client is it and what is the context and target of the presentation? Second, who shall do what? Who shall check the slides with which purpose and who shall afterwards polish them. And third, the medium chosen for the communication is not ideal. The presentation date is close. A direct call with the colleagues would have been much better. All in all, this communication lacks clarity and thus is not effective. To make it better, schedule a short call with your team, and in the call, you explain the context and purpose of the client presentation. For example, it is about our current project engagement with our client in the manufacturing industry. Our client's boss requested a management update about the status of delivery, risks, and spent budget. We need to show them that we are under control of the project and are on a good track to fulfill their requirements. This way, we will earn additional trust and foster our relationship with our client. You delegate the tasks to your colleagues. Mary, please update the slides with the financial figures of this quarter. Rio, please polish the slides with a new design layout. Please do it until Wednesday, end of the day, and let's meet again for a check-in. Thank you very much. And not to forget, you discuss questions and concerns your colleagues have, of course. Be aware about the information and context your colleagues have and adjust your language appropriately. If you are talking with engineers, provide more details. If you are talking with the management, try to summarize the most important points. Furthermore, think about the intention of your communication. Do you just want to inform to keep your stakeholders up to date, or do you require support? Either way, make it clear. The better you help others to understand you, the better they can support you. Winning people and gaining support is a crucial leadership skill. Let's go to the next gap, which prevents young people to be successful in leading others and their business.